This is Hannibal from thehannibaltv.com with tons of WWE news for you, courtesy of information I have taken from the Wrestling Observer. Early numbers are indicating that SummerSlam had 19,600 pay-per-view buys this year, which is down from 29,900 buys last year. The show had 13,500 fans at the arena, although WWE announced a figure over 3,000 higher than that at 16,904. The television ratings this week for the post-SummerSlam events were up for Raw and SmackDown. However, the ratings were down 11% from this week after SummerSlam last year. Goldberg and Matt Riddle have been having some social media talk, which, according to Dave Meltzer, has been approved by WWE, if not actually encouraged by them, because if they haven't approved it, this would not be happening, as it would be getting them into hot water with WWE. The reasons the Usos weren't in Toronto this past week was due to Jimmy Uso's recent DUI preventing him from getting into Canada. Jeff Hardy has been out with an injury, although I definitely wonder how he gets into Canada with his criminal record. WWE canceled 5 house shows in August, all on the Raw side. They did leave a show that's taking place September 1st in White Plains, New York, where that's historically been a very good venue for WWE that always draws well. WWE has stated they're going to be doing more dual-branded super shows going forward, which makes me think that the idea of keeping the brands separate is just more talk, just like it always has been. They never actually keep the brands separate, and if they're going to be doing house shows together, that definitely dilutes it. Dave Meltzer reports that the 2 keys to the cancellations of the show is, 1, to save money, as obviously those events were going to be money losers, or they would have kept them going, and the second is to hide the house show decline from their investors. WWE did a tryout last week for Canadian talent in Toronto. Casey Spinelli, who's appeared in Impact Wrestling, was part of it. Santino Marella's daughter, Bianca Corelli, was part of it. Great North Wrestling former Women's Champion of Canada, Lady Yasmin, was involved, as well as former Great North Wrestling Canadian Champion, Max Testosterone. Both Yasmin and Max are going to be on the October 20th Great North Wrestling event in Ottawa. More information on that event is at thehannibaltv.com. In attendance figures, there wasn't a lot of events going on in the past week. NXT drew 1,100 fans on August the 9th in Buffalo. On August the 10th, for their takeover show in Toronto, it was announced that they had 13,745 fans with about 11,000 paid. Tickets were as cheap as $8 for that event. The Raw show in Toronto had 8,500 fans, with the SmackDown show having 7,000 fans. So the takeover show outdrew both the Raw and SmackDown in Toronto. WWE is saying that their 20th anniversary special is going to be the October 4th SmackDown taping from the Staples Center in Los Angeles, which is going to be the first show on Fox. They were going to pull out all the stops to make sure that show has a good rating. Some of the names already being brought in are Brock Lesnar, which is, of course, diluting the brand again because they said they're going to keep the brand separate. Kurt Angle, Lita, Mick Foley, Booker T, Hulk Hogan, Trish Stratus, Bill Goldberg, Jerry Lawler, Mark Henry, Sting, and Ric Flair. They also announced all Raw and SmackDown stars are going to be on the event. There's not going to be a Raw house show that night. Steve Austin, who ended up being the star of the Raw reunion show, hasn't been listed to appear on the SmackDown 20th anniversary special yet. Same with John Cena, but he also wasn't listed as being part of the Raw reunion show in advance, and they put him on anyway. Also, The Undertaker has not been listed yet. Neither has The Rock, but it is possible they could be added. And also having to do with The Rock, his movie Hobbs and Shaw came out first once again this past weekend at the box office, making $25,265,795 in the U.S., giving it a total of $108,379,575 in the U.S. and $332 million worldwide. So The Rock is doing great as always. He definitely doesn't need the payoff he would get from appearing on that SmackDown 20th anniversary show, but time will tell if they add him. There was also some talk in the past that WWE was trying to get President Trump on that show, and of course Trump is in the WWE Hall of Fame and has made a lot of appearances for WWE in the past, although to my knowledge he has not appeared for them since becoming president up to this point.